Hey guys, back again. Going to continue with the clutch installation in the Mustang, and we had to wait for a couple of days to get the parts in, but they've arrived, so we're going to continue with our project. Just to start, we're going to reinstall the flywheel. Got it machined. Take that to your local machine shop, they'll do it. And what else we'll be doing is using a little bit of Loctite and the bolts. All right, I'm going to get started. Just tightening it with my hand right now. I'm not going to torque it to spec until later. And when we do, we got to make sure we do it in a crisscross pattern. Make sure that it's lining up and staying flat and true to the crank. Torquing it to make sure that the flywheel sits flat against the crank.
Hey guys, we're getting ready to put the transmission back in the car, and we're gonna take care of a couple services while we do it. Like for example, we're gonna use some AMSOIL Synchro Mesh, just do a service on the transmission. Now's the time to do it.
Exactly, I think the transmission's going to enjoy some new fluid to help it along with its new clutch.
Have you ever done it?
No, not since I got the car.
Okay, so it will enjoy it.
Yes. What I'm also doing is I'm just getting the bell housing ready and the clutch fork and the throwout bearing. Just a couple things, no matter if it's a Mustang or a Camaro or a Honda or whatever. You always need to grease up some stuff. So always make sure you add some grease to your pivot point and your throwout bearing, both sides. You can go on the face of it and in here. This is where it's going to kind of snap in. Your retaining clips right in here. So you also want to grease those. That's where your clutch cable goes through. Add some grease there. And that pivot point I was talking about right there. Add some grease there. So pretty much anytime you think metal and metal contact, add some grease.
And keep in mind, a conservative amount. You don't need to cover the thing in grease. It's not necessary, and you'll probably cause problems. So just a little film, it's all good. As we're just taking care of it right now.
Oh yeah.
It looks like you've got a little, you dressed it up a little bit, are you?
Well, yeah.
He's painting his bell housing bolts.
Well, I'm going to be under there all the time, so might as well look nice.
Yeah, because you can see those bell housing bolts, right?
Yes. I'll know that they're painted.
Yeah. That's true. You'll know.
That's right. And that's all that matters. All right, we're going to see you guys in a minute when we're getting the transmission up.
So last time when we pulled the starter out, I was the one with the magic fingertips to get this third bolt all the way on the top of the starter out. So Serge is forcing me to do it again because I got it out, so I'm putting it in.
Is it in yet?
I'm working on it. I'm almost there. So we were fighting with the transmission, and we were actually fighting with it for so long that the battery on the camera died. And we got it in there. Serge is just buttoning up the transmission bell housing bolts, and it was interesting to say the least. Once we had the transmission out, we didn't realize that the engine kind of rocked back forward, and it was sitting too high up on the mount. So we're trying to get it onto the clutch, and it's actually running in to the top of the floor. We couldn't figure it out. We're just kind of like fighting with it, and fighting with it, and fighting with it. So what we ended up doing was we tried pry bars, we tried all kinds of things, but to actually get the splines lined up and have it not run into the floor and everything line up properly, I went back here and hung on the exhaust to pull the engine back, like to pull the engine down to actually, while Serge pushed on the back of the transmission to get it lined up. And slowly but surely we got it, and we used that last little 1/16 of an inch was sucked on by the bolts. And you making any headway?
Yep, we're all buttoned up, and I'm just going to torque these bolts, and then yeah, we're moving along now.
So last thing is we got to put the harness in, wiring harness, and fill it up with fluid, drive shaft. We're almost home free. And it was a fight, I tell you that much. So we're gonna get to it.
let's give this a try.
Got your shifter in?
Somewhat.
Okay.
I got it in enough anyway.
Nervous?
Yeah, I don't want to do this again. All right, let's see.
Fire it up.
I might just lunge forward.
Not if you're in neutral. Far so good.
All right, going in first.
Whoa!
Oh, we're moving.
So far, reverse.
Oh,
Yeah, baby. You want to go for a drive, don't you?
I got to do the braking of the clutch properly, but yeah. At least I'm going home in the proper vehicle now. That is a success.